teacher Ian here again in the art room, and I want to show you what we've been doing, well, over the past few months really, with all the students in the high school. Well, I start over here, and I do lots of work preparatory to projects. I do my own things to help students to understand what it is we're doing. So this is largely me. Then if you come back here, I also write it up and illustrate it. Illustrate it with other artists' work and then illustrate with the students' work, because I must say I am so incredibly proud of my students. That is the thing I should have really said first. They've worked so hard and done such great work. So we've been working on Fauvism, Cubism and Pointillism. Now I'll come back to what they're all about in a moment, but these are some Pointillist works which we're actually still doing. This is our current project, just about completed. So Pointillism is really about using tiny points of colour, or you can also do it in black and white, tiny points of colour to make an image, much like you see in a newspaper or a magazine if you look at it closely. So these are a few that are more or less completed. I have another whole series coming up. So that was Pointillism. We keep that in mind and look at other artists who've been doing that. And as we go on, there was one other project which I slipped in. This was a sculpture project. I called it Grotesque Sculpture Heads because I couldn't think of a better title. And we've got a whole set of those, these sculptures. There are lots more over there. Well, we start everything with drawing. Everything we do starts with drawing, and in this case, the very first thing we did at the beginning of the course, all the students made drawings of themselves using a mirror. This one's got hair, and so they quite often have teeth. Some of my our Cubist works, I should say, are up there. I've put everything where I could find a space. What we did that was different with Cubism is we introduced the ideas of colour, which are not normally found in most Cubist works, and we worked in oil pastel, because oil pastel is a really good medium. You see in some of the works that geometry up there is quite noticeable. And moving backwards, the first project we did actually, the first one, was Fauvism. Fauvism comes from the very beginning of the 20th century, and you have artists who are using very bright colours for the first time, and very bold brushwork, and in fact it was called Fauve, because Fauve is French for wild beast, so the artists were painting like wild beasts, the critics said. And so we didn't do paint, we decided to use coloured paper. So again, working from our original drawings, we did a whole range of Fauvist collage work. So that's here, that's all mashed together here, a few over there, and there's more Cubism up there. There's so much work, I lose track of where it is. And the best of our sculptures are down here. That's really where we are up to at the moment, but the students are so able, and they are so ready and so enthusiastic. I have no trouble with getting work. In fact, there's work on all the tables as well, and it's all coming up, so very soon we'll have this room filled, and then we'll be looking for other venues to put our work, I think, outside of the art room. Okay, I think that brings you up to date with what I've been doing.